So, a few months ago in September, I turned 36. And taking time to reflect on my life, I found I have made quite some mistakes. So, if I could go back in time and talk to my 20s self, here are some mistakes I wouldn't want her or you to make. Come on. The first mistake is getting married in my 20s. Yes. You see, I got married at 24. And getting married at 24 is not the problem. 24 I was very mature. Life happened to me early, so I matured pretty quickly. I was very mature, but I hadn't built self-love. I cannot emphasize right now how much self-love is important to any lady or anybody as an individual. I hadn't built up that habit of loving myself, because self-love makes you self-confident, happy in your own skin, just being happy all by yourself, not relying on anybody for your sense of self-esteem, self-worth. I had not built that. I'm someone that put myself last. I have a habit of putting people first. So you can imagine how all of this can play out in a new marriage. But over the years, I have had to learn to love myself. I've had to learn not to rely on my husband or anybody else for my happiness, for my confidence, or my individuality. I've had to grow in the marriage, but I can tell you that, of course, that lack of self-love led to some mistakes and difficulties I might have experienced being married so early. So I cannot overemphasize. Please learn to love yourself. Self-love is so important. If you're like me, who puts people first, you will always be the sacrificial lamb. You will always prioritize other people's feelings, happiness before your own. So, but with self-love, you know when to put yourself first. You know what's good for you and what's not. You know how to set boundaries. Like, self-love covers so many things as an individual, and that was a very big mistake for me. If I had known, maybe I would have delayed getting married till I had developed myself properly. Or maybe, in those early years of that early part of my 20s, even before getting married, I should have developed that. I should have developed myself better. Please note, I do not regret marrying my husband. I do not regret my marriage. I've been married for about 13 years now. I'm blessed with kids. I love my family, but that is a mistake I wouldn't want even my own daughter to make. Maybe if I had more information or more awareness, I would have done better. So before you go rushing into marriage, try to take out time and review yourself if you have really developed the key things you need to have developed in your life before you do that. Next mistake I really regret making is not building my social capital. Let me start off by saying my excuse is that I'm an introvert. I'm a very introverted person. But introversion is not isolation. Making friends in your 30s is hard. I have to say it's hard. Building friends now that you're 18 or you're in your 20s is the best time to build friends, get to know people, build relationships, which is something I didn't do. I just felt, I'm not really into meeting people. But now I realize I should have solidified the friendships I had, or tried to open myself up to new meeting people, exploring with people, getting to just know people and making them a part of my life on some level. So that is something I really regret. And if you're in your 20s right now is the best time to make really good friends, make acquaintances, hold on to them. And friendship comes with, you make mistakes along the way, but you can always build up on that and solidify whatever relationships you have. Relationships can be open doors for you, they can be a gateway to opportunities, and so don't be like me. The third mistake I regret making in my 20s is I planned too much and implemented too little. I'm so good at planning things, and in my 20s, I had so many dreams and ambitions and what I wanted to do with my life. And I always had one plan or the other written somewhere year after year, but implementation was always a problem. In fact, looking back now, I regret so many things because some of those plans I had, if I had really taken action and implemented them, I probably know how far I would have gone in achieving those things by now. But I was always waiting for the right time, the right opportunity, the right circumstance, to get things done. But life is not a bed of roses. Things don't always play out the way you want. Things don't always have to be perfect for you to take action. And I realized, I just felt, at that point, you're in your 20s and you feel you're young, you have so much time. But time does fly. Time just passes you by. So it was spending a lot of time living in my head and not really taking action, for the things I really wanted. So if you have anything, any dream, any ambition, something you want to do, a goal, go for it. Just go for it. Give it your best. Give it your all. Don't let anybody tell you, oh, you're young, there is time, you're still a baby. Yes, you are young, but before you blink, it's a decade. So whatever you want to achieve, go for it. Just go for it. Don't wait until things are perfect. No, even if you're not fully equipped for that thing, just start. Just start from somewhere. And I believe God will help you as you do that. The next mistake I really regret making, and this one I really want you to pay attention to it, is not befriending failure. I had a very poor relationship with failure. In fact, if I could see my 20s self, I would pull her ears to get acquainted with failure. Befriend failure even, because for everything I attempted, everything I tried, when I failed at it, I didn't push forward. I didn't try again. This is also off of the last mistake I talked about, because that was the problem I had. Once I try something, it didn't work out, I'll just leave it. So every year, what I want to do will change. My goals will change. My ambition will change, simply because I tried something the previous year and it didn't work out. I failed at it. I didn't go again. I would just get a totally different plan. I didn't know how to really push through, pick myself up and keep going at that thing. It is now in my 30s, I'm really trying to learn this, because I was just planning my life on a yearly basis. If I had known, I would have planned plan for a decade, or plan in this 5-year kind of plan, so that just have this goal, fail at it, pick myself up, push again, and keep pushing until I hit that desire that I really wanted. But I wasn't doing that. I was just failing, changing direction, failing, switching to something else. But baby, you need to learn to embrace failure. Even the Bible said a righteous man falls 7 times. If you fall, pick yourself up, try again. It doesn't work out, try again. It's not going the way you planned, just try again. Date failure, befriend failure. It will do you a world of good. You will look back and be thankful that you did. This is something we are not really taught. That's why I'm bringing it out here. We're not really taught to accept failure. You feel, especially when you're young, you feel everything you touch must prosper, it must work. It doesn't always work like that. I'm sorry. I learned that the hard way. That thing might be God's plan for you, but it doesn't always work out like that. Sometimes you just need to keep trying and trying again. So go again. Don't be scared to fail. Just give it another go. And the last regret I'll be sharing in this video is I didn't truly live. Let me start by saying I lost my father at a very young age, at 10 actually. And like I said, I was forced to grow up pretty quickly. I was forced to mature. At that point, I didn't really get to be a child anymore. So, you know that years of your youth where as a young person, as a teenager, your 20s, you want to explore, you want to really live life. That went out the window for me. I didn't really get to do any of that. Even when things got better, and then I was in university, and then I got married, because I had shelved all of that, it made my whole 20s, I didn't truly live. I believe your 20s is a core part of your youth where you should learn to explore, try new things, meet new people. I didn't do all of that, and I really wish I did. I mean, the world is a beautiful place. There's so much to do, so much to learn, so much to explore, but I just let all of that pass me by. Like, I didn't allow myself, the curiosity, experimentation, or fun. I'm not saying experimentation like living a wild life. No, that one is not in my nature. But just having fun as an individual, I didn't do all of that. And so if you're in your 20s, explore as part of growth. You might be a very mature person, or you might have matured quickly just like myself, but exploring is not a bad thing. And I believe your 20s is the era of discovery. So I'm not saying go do crazy stuff. I'm just saying try different things, different activities, hobbies, visit places, get to know people, build memories, build yourself a bank of memories that you will look back and, smile. Because the older you get, so before adulthood really hits you, before responsibilities begin to pile up, live. Girl, live. My sister, live. Live life to the fullest as much as you can. Life is beautiful. Enjoy it. So, my dear, they say experience is the best teacher. But I like to tweak that a little. It mustn't be your experience. I am a big believer of learning from people's experience. So if you're in your 20s and currently making any of these mistakes I made, please share it with me in the comments. And I hope you turn your life around. I hope you become the best version of yourself. See you next time. Bye.